and a very warm welcome to the special. It's time for Mumbai Indians versus Sunrisers Hyderabad. The game is being played at the Wankhede Stadium and Mumbai Indians have won the toss and they have opted to field. That's right, Rohit Sharma winning the toss and choosing to field first. In the last 8 matches here at the Wankhede Stadium, 6 have been won by the teams chasing, and the 2 that were won by teams batting first were in fact day games. So Mumbai Indians winning the toss, opting to bowl first. That is the news from the Wankhede Stadium. There are changes to both teams. Mumbai Indians have made 2 changes. Mayank Markande is in and Sanjay Yadav. He is in. Ritik Shaukin is out. That's the changes for Mumbai Indians. Then for Sunrisers Hyderabad, Priyam Garg has come in place of Shashank Singh. There is also one more change. Fazal Haq Farooqi is in for Marco Jansen. So that's the change for Sunrisers Hyderabad. Take a look at Mumbai Indians playing 11 now. Mayank Markande, like we said, is in. Sanjay Yadav is in. And Rohit Sharma at the toss saying, we want to keep certain aspects of our Mumbai team. We have one more game after this and we can try a few more guys in that game. So obviously they are looking at these players with an eye on next year, which is what Rohit Sharma has said at the toss. And a good strategy, really. They've got nothing to gain, nothing to lose from here. They are playing for pride. Why not try some of the players who haven't got a chance today?
True. I'm happy for Mayank Markande, a talented leg spinner, getting a game after 2 years in IPL. So that's a long wait. And Sanjay Yadav, a very interesting inclusion, because I feel he can be he can replicate what Krunal Pandya did for Mumbai Indians over the years. If he can hit those lengths right, I think he's a decent bowler to have and can bat as well. So yeah, two good changes, and yes, looking forward to see whether Rohit Sharma and Ishan Kishan finally click or not.
That's right. So Sanjay Yadav and Mayank Markande are in for Mumbai Indians. They have won the toss. They have opted to field first. That is the news from the Wankhede Stadium. Let's also take a look at the Sunrisers teams playing 11 now. Like we said, for Sunrisers as well, some changes for them. And Priyam Garg, he is in. And who else is in? Fazal Haq Farooqi is in place of Marco Jansen. Priyam Garg has come in place of Shashank Singh. Kane Williamson at the toss saying just tactical changes. Things are getting tight and we just need to adjust quickly. And he's also now said that it's a nice opportunity for Priyam Garg to play at the top of the order with ABHISHEK Sharma. So another one might bites the dust here.
True.
After Mayank Agarwal, Kane Williamson also putting himself down the order.
True, and you know, obviously it's a great chance for Priyam Garg to impress. He didn't have the greatest of seasons last year around, but yes. But I'm actually worried about Kane Williamson at number 3 now, because Rahul Tripathi was giving them quick runs after the power play. Whether Kane Williamson can replicate the same, whether he should bat at 3 or
maybe he needs to come after Nicholas Puran. How about that?
Or maybe after you know, Washington Sundar as well. Just swap Kane Williamson and Priyam Garg.
Yeah, but all jokes apart, this is I mean, as funny as this seems right now, it's also tragic in a sense. Kane Williamson, such an experienced player, struggling so badly for form. Now making sure that you know, he goes down the order, but again, how will that impact the lineup? Because it's really the middle order that's been fighting for them, with Aiden Markram being consistent. Rahul Tripathi, he has also been very good, and Nicholas Puran coming to form. So this is going to be interesting to see at what position will Kane Williamson bat. Okay, now Mumbai and Sunrisers Hyderabad story so far. Let's take a look at that. It is a do-or-die match for Hyderabad. Mumbai Indians are out, having won just 3 games of all the matches that they've played. For Sunrisers Hyderabad, they're at number 8. Now what they need to do is they need to win the remaining 2 matches, which is they need to win today against Mumbai Indians, and then they play the next match against Punjab Kings, and they need to win both these matches by a huge margin and hope that Delhi Capitals lose their game, their last game. So it's not going to be easy for them. They do have an outside chance, but a lot of things need to work for them, even after they won the two games that they have left from here on. It's not going to be easy. For Mumbai Indians, like we said, like Rohit Sharma said at the toss, it's really about trying different combinations from here on, keeping an eye on next year, because they are out of the tournament, but they can still spoil the party. We've seen them do that against Chennai Super Kings. So yes, that's the story for Mumbai Indians and Sunrisers Hyderabad so far. Also, how has the season been for Sunrisers Hyderabad? If we could put those graphics up, Shubhayan, one of the things has been this trend of winning, and they don't stop winning, and then they lose 5 matches on the trot. This trend we've seen with Sunrisers Hyderabad, somehow they're just not being able to arrest the slide.
True.
And at a time when they really needed to. They were getting to the business end of the tournament, and they kept losing one game after the other.
True.
One main reason is their bowling that was holding them in good stead wasn't coming together in the business end of the tournament.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the first 5 defeats, I think it came because of the lack of batting stability. I mean, Kane Williamson is still not getting runs, though. ABHISHEK Sharma was taking time to settle down. Aiden Markram also took some time to get going, although he played well in those 5 matches, the 5 defeats. But yes, Nicholas Puran took some time. So the batting SRH's batting took some time to flourish, and that is where the tournament went haywire for them. Although they did come well with those 5 wins, but again the next 5 defeats, it's been a very topsy-turvy tournament for them, and hopefully they would want to get their winning streak going again.
It's with these two teams, and one of the main reasons has been their captains, Punjab Kings and Sunrisers Hyderabad, in a very similar situation.
True.
Punjab Kings, similar situation from Mayank Agarwal, cannot get any runs at the top of the order. He dropped himself down the order, but even then could not get the runs. And that's why I find this difficult for franchises when they don't have the option of what if your captain is not scoring runs, And it's the same thing with Punjab Kings. You don't have that. You never go in for that option. You don't have a plan for that.
True.
They don't have a plan for that. It's an unfortunate thing, but what does one do in a situation like this? But you clearly cannot leave your captain out at this part of the tournament. But he is a liability in the team.
Absolutely. For Mayank Agarwal, for Punjab Kings, they had an alternative in Shikhar Dhawan. But in Mayank's defense, at least he was trying to get going with the run scoring. He did play some couple of impactful knock, 20, 25s, 30s. But then Kane Williamson, on the other hand, has been absolutely very sluggish. Is not getting runs in the power play, is not timing the ball well, and I don't know, maybe that long break, that 16-12 months break he took after that right elbow injury, I think it's affected his rhythm, his momentum, the kind of form Kane Williamson has had before that period. It was sensational. He was averaging close to 70, but since then it has dropped very drastically, and to see a classy player, Kane Williamson is regarded in the same bracket as Babar Azam, Virat Kohli, all these greats, Joe Root. But to see Williamson struggle is as painful as seeing Virat Kohli struggle.
Oh yeah, you're right. And also, it's not just their batting itself, Shumayan. I don't know how much of it can impact the team if you drop them from the team, since they have been the captain. You've made the team around them. Players have come to expect something from the captain, and then dropping them midway, it just changes the balance in every which way. It is a difficult decision for a franchise, and they've just found themselves in the most unfortunate situation where their captains cannot get any runs. So yes, that has been one huge problem for them. But for Mumbai Indians, it's pretty similar. The captain wasn't getting the runs, but there was one person who, a very unlikely hero for Mumbai Indians, and that is Tilak Varma. How good has he been? And in fact, he is our X factor today as well, because this is what Tilak Varma has been doing. 19 years old, debuting in this tournament from the very beginning, from the time he was given the cap, from that first game, he has looked like he belonged. And that has been the standout thing, where some of the greats of this game have not been able to score runs. Tilak Varma has just got such a matured head on his shoulder, and you can see that in the way he's been batting. And on top of that, he just looks like a very good batsman.
Oh yes,
So it's a combination of both, right?
Absolutely.
Temperament and
for a
technique.
19-year-old to have that sort of temperament and maturity, to not get fussed about what's happening around him, it's incredible. And you know, I would love to see him bowl in the power play today against Abhishek Sharma. A teenager going against teenager couldn't have been a better matchup there. An off spinner against a left-handed opener. So yeah, but a great season for him, and if he can cap up with a couple of good performances for the Mumbai Indians, then obviously we are going to see him in the MI colour anyway in the next season, and maybe he can, you know, just push his case for the international selection. The selection committee will sit on 22nd, so you never know.
You know, anything can happen in cricket. Who would have expected before the IPL began that Hardik Pandya could be one of the candidates for captaincy for the upcoming series against South Africa? We've seen such a change from the beginning of the IPL till right now, so who knows what can happen in the coming months. But let's also talk about the X-Factor player from Sunrisers Hyderabad, another unlikely performer, Abhishek Sharma. The responsibility of opening the innings for Sunrisers Hyderabad. We kept saying, oh, he's a good batsman, but can he really go up and open the innings? Can he do that consistently? He has done it. He has been the standout performer with the bat, and has been, you know, he's really been the silver lining, given that Kane Williamson has struggled throughout the tournament. So yeah, Abhishek's 41 boundaries, the 5th most in IPL, and him against the spinners, best spinners in the world, him batting against some of the best spinners in the world in this IPL, has been fascinating to watch.
Oh, absolutely, a great talent. I mean, he started on a very, very poor note, was not getting runs initially, but the way he took off after that, it's been great to watch. And you know, for a youngster, when someone like Kane Williamson is not getting runs in front of you, it's very difficult. And Abhishek so far has looked unfussed about that. You know, the batters, the top 3 is not getting runs. Rahul Tripathi got some runs initially, but then a dip came. Although he has been a great enforcer for SRH in the middle over, but Abhishek Sharma has, you know, just stolen the limelight among all the batters. Aiden Markram has been great this season, but the focus when a youngster, when a 19-20-year-old outscore everyone in the team, it stands out. It just gets highlighted more.
Okay, let's also, if you're joining us now, get you the latest from the Wankhede Stadium. Mumbai Indians have won the toss and they have opted to field first. 6 out of the last 8 matches that have been played here have been won by the teams chasing. The 2 games that were won by the teams batting first were day games. Mumbai Indians winning the toss, opting to field first. They've made 2 changes. Mayank Markanday and Sanjay Yadav are in the playing 11. So those are the 2 changes for Mumbai Indians. For Sunrisers Hyderabad, Priyam Garg, he replaces Shashank Singh, and Fazalak Farooqi comes in place of Marco Jansen. So that's the other change for Sunrisers Hyderabad. Let's also take a look at Mumbai Indians playing 11 before we continue this conversation. There you have it. Mayank Markanday is in, Sanjay Yadav is in. Rohit Sharma at the toss saying he wants to try some of the players, some of his bench strength, just to see what they can do and start thinking ahead about the next season. And why not? Mumbai are already out of the tournament. So, you know, they're trying their bench strength. They're trying to see who are the players they can get for next season. So that's Mumbai Indians playing 11. Let's also take a look at Sunrisers Hyderabad's playing 11. And there you have it. Priyam Garg is in. Shashank Singh is out. Fazalak Farooqi is in place of Marco Jansen. Kane Williamson at the toss saying that Priyam Garg will open with Abhishek Sharma. So finally, with Kane Williamson struggling for runs, he's dropped himself down the order. How will this play out? Priyam Garg as an opener for them.
Similar to what we were expecting with Yash Dhola. Unfortunately, he didn't get a chance. He's not a hard hitter. He's not a big hitter of the ball. So, you know, to play the field in the power play. I think that will be the key. Abhishek Sharma is getting those boundaries initially. So Priyam Garg, I think he will try to find those gaps initially. He's not a big hitter. I'm again warning all our viewers. But if he can get those timings right and can find the gap and just give a good start to Sunrisers in those first 6 overs, I think that's the maximum job Priyam Garg and Abhishek Sharma will have to do, because of the batters to follow. Nicholas Pooran, Aiden Markram, all can hit. Washington Sundar is there. Kane Williamson will be there. Rahul Tripathi is there. So if these two can get an explosive start and a blistering start to SRH, then we are in for some fun.
But that's the other big question. Where does Kane Williamson bat? Because then you're disturbing the order.
Yeah.
You've got two of your best batsmen at 3 and 4. What do you do there? They're the ones who've been getting you runs consistently. Do you then ask them to drop down? I mean, I want to see how this plays out.
What if Abhishek Sharma and the other opener Priyam Garg play till 6, 7, 8 overs and score, say, 70 runs? And will Kane Williamson come and slow down the innings after that, or will he send someone like Rahul Tripathi to continue the momentum? So tricky call for Kane Williamson. If either of them get out early, then we'll see Kane Williamson.
Correct.
If they bat long, I think we'll see Kane Williamson very down the order.
Okay, News9 Sports is what you need to subscribe to if you want to get the latest from the world of sports. We've got interviews, analysis, updates, lots of stuff lined up for you. That's on News9 Sports. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Okay, coming back to head-to-head. Mumbai Indians lead that head-to-head battle between Mumbai Indians and Sunrisers Hyderabad. 18 matches have been played. Mumbai Indians have won 10. Sunrisers Hyderabad have won 8. But at this point, Mumbai have the momentum. They won their last game. Sunrisers Hyderabad haven't been able to win a game in the last 1-2 weeks. Possibly
3 weeks.
Because 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
That's
a long time without a win.
Yep, absolutely. And before that, they were just cruising with as many wins, 5 wins, 5 straight wins, that too. But Mumbai Indians, I think they will love to play a party spoiler again, that too against Sunrisers, whom they have slightly dominated over the years. And with the SRH lineup that is struggling in the last 5 matches, I think the confidence won't be that high in that camp. Obviously, they would be looking to make amends to their form. But again, Mumbai Indians with nothing to lose, if they play a fearless game, if either of Rohit or Ishan click, if both of them click, then it's going to be a mayhem again. Correct. So pretty important and a tricky match for Sunrisers here.
For Sunrisers Hyderabad, though, for a really long time, they were in the top 4.
Yeah.
And you wondered whether things would get this difficult for them. They were in a very good position. And why were they in that good position was because of their bowling. At this point, you look at the points table, they're obviously nowhere. But if we could just come back to the playing 11, we take the points table in just a bit. Like you see there, Sunrisers Hyderabad at number 8, Mumbai Indians at number 10. But if you just look at Sunrisers Hyderabad's playing 11, and that's where the problem has been their bowling. Their bowling was unstoppable in the first half of the tournament. After those 2 losses in the beginning,
True.
Those wins, power plays, they were getting wickets. Death overs, they were unplayable. Umran Malik in a couple of matches, superb spell. T. Natarajan, stand out. In the last couple of games, Natarajan hasn't played. He was injured.
Yep.
He came back in the last game, but before that, 2 games I think he missed. Umran Malik was very expensive.
Yep.
Bhuvneshwar Kumar has been the silent performer for them. Consistent, got the wickets, not as many as you would have liked. He's not the same Bhuvneshwar Kumar of the old, but he's got the best economy in that.
Yep.
And then it didn't help them, the fact that Washington Sundar kept getting injured.
Absolutely, and Meha, we the entire, even Nikhil was there. We didn't give SRH a chance before the tournament started, and the main reason was their batting unit. We were constantly questioning their batting unit. We had no doubts about their bowling. It is an excellent bowling lineup. Maybe they are lacking one leg spinner. Maybe they could have bowled Abhishek Sharma a bit more. Maybe had Abdul Samad played, his leg spin would be handy, would have been handy. But their batting was is where the question marks, the gaps lied, and you know, with Kane Williamson not performing at all, the questions just increased for SRH, and even Nicholas Puran took some time to get going, and Rahul Tripathi and Aiden Markram can't get you wins every match. So batting is where SRH would be a tad disappointed, but you can't blame with the kind of auctions they had.
Yeah, but that's been the difference. That's what I'm trying to say. The difference has been that their bowling was superb in those 5 wins. I don't think they conceded anything beyond 170 in any of those matches that they played. But since then, bowling hasn't been as good. And of course, Natarajan missing. That's a huge blow for them. Umran Malik then, you know, going for so many runs. So that has been a fight for them. Let's also take a look at Mumbai Indians playing 11 and look at their bowling. Again, Mumbai Indians always known for good bowling, but here we saw in the first half of the tournament, Jasprit Bumrah struggling. Good news is that he looks in much better form, much better rhythm right now, but he struggled. And then Daniel Sams. If there's one man who has redeemed himself in this tournament, it is Daniel Sams. After getting hit for 4s and 6s, you remember what Joss Butler did to him. He has in the last few matches been their standout bowler.
True, and you know, I think
and with the bat as well.
And with the bat as well, yes. Daniel Sams can bat, is a proven performer. But you know, I think Mumbai Indians did trust Jaydev Unadkat a lot. The way they went after him in the auction, I think they wanted that senior Indian bowler to support Jasprit Bumrah, and but in favor of Mumbai Indians, I would say Unadkat did have a good domestic season. But again, when he came into the IPL, it was the same old story, just getting hammered for runs. Riley Meredith came in pretty late, started the season, like when he came into the playing 11, he was expensive. Daniel Sams the same when he was starting initially.
They tried Timil Mills for a while.
Timil Mills was there, didn't get any sort of rhythm. Then the bowling, the spin department, I think is where it lacked the punch. From Rahul Chahar to Murugan Ashwin to with all due respect, he did bowl well, he was restrictive, but the lack of wickets, I think that is where Mumbai Indians faltered off in the middle over. So they are trying Mayank Markande now, but it's too late already.
Okay, let's also take a look at the key battles now, matchups that we're looking forward to. One has to be between Rohit Sharma and Washington Sundar, and this is a mouth-watering one because Rohit Sharma has played 19 balls against him, runs scored 17. He's dismissed Rohit Sharma twice. Give the first over to Washington Sundar, I say.
I think Washington Sundar will bowl at least 3 overs in the power play. At least 3 overs in the power play, given the struggles of Rohit Sharma against him, and with Ishan Kishan being a left-hander. So I think Washington Sundar should be bowling in the power play. If they don't bowl Washington Sundar with the power play with that sort of record, I think they will be missing a big trick. But yes, an exciting contest to watch out for, and let's see who wins.
And we've seen Kane Williamson give the first over to Jay Suchit to get Virat Kohli out for a golden duck. Okay, then the other key battle is Nicholas Puran versus Jasprit Bumrah. Again, Jasprit Bumrah has a word on this one over Nicholas Puran. 9 balls played, 7 runs scored, strike rate of 77, and it's dismissed him twice.
Oh, not many balls, but yes, 2 dismissals in 9 deliveries. That's great, and 7 runs of 7 deliveries. I think Jasprit Bumrah would want to replicate the same and make it 3. Puran, although has been in good touch, and you know, would want to finish this IPL on a high and then take the lead with the West Indies.
Okay, Daniel Sams bowling right now. Abhishek Sharma and Priyam Garg at the crease. That's the news from the Wankhede Stadium. But the other one is also Ishan Kishan versus T. Natarajan. 11 balls, 5 runs scored, have been dismissed. Ishan Kishan's been dismissed once by T. Natarajan.
So yeah, another interesting battle. I think Sunrisers would be desperate for T. Natarajan to not only nail those Yorkers but pick a few wickets as well. If he can do, then great. I think T. Natarajan has been one of the standout bowlers for me. The way he has been nailing the Yorkers. But yes, if and Ishan Kishan, I think he would want some runs under his belt before the South Africa
Ishan
series.
Kishan's also gotten out thrice to left-arm pacers.
So, yeah,
Mukesh Chaudhary twice. So yeah, that's another one. Tina Trajan versus Ishan Kishan. Okay, so like we said, in the middle right now, after Mumbai Indians opted to bowl, Priyam Garg and Abhishek Sharma opening the innings for Sunrisers Hyderabad. Daniel Sams with the first over with the new ball. What are you expecting? Predictions time? What do you think?
Interesting, pretty interesting. I think Sunrisers Hyderabad will score around. It will be a mid-scoring match. I think I'm not expecting more than 150, 160.
Unless Nicholas Pooran goes.
Unless someone just goes hammer and tongs.
Nicholas Pooran. I don't see anybody else
I'll
going.
go with you. I'll go with you.
Nicholas Pooran going berserk. That's another case where it can go to 180 or something. Otherwise,
True.
yeah, you're right about that.
161,
yeah. And who will win?
I think Mumbai Indians, I think, will play the perfect party spoiler after knocking CSK out. They will knock out the Sunrisers Hyderabad. That's my prediction.
It's been a watchful start. 1 for no loss. 4 balls by Daniel Sams. Yeah. News9 Sports is what you need to subscribe to. Like we've been saying, to get the latest from the world of sports. That's it from Shumayan and me. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.